Welcome everybody. So today I want to show you how to get started on your sticker animal. So first order of business is picking the sticker that you want. Now all stickers are not created equal for this project. Since we're going to be using pinch pots to make this project, we want to pick something that's super cutesy and is going to be easy to create using spheres and pinch pots created from spheres. So like this cat right here, we're just going to toss that one out. It's super cute, but it's a little too realistic. This one, it's got a really skinny neck with a really big head. We could do that with some alterations, but that one's going to be a little bit difficult, so I'm just going to toss that one out. This one is going to end up being this type of fish, is really flat, so I'm going to toss that one out. Now I did try to get all the ones that I didn't think would work out, but like there's a couple that slip through the cracks, like this little guy here. It's just a head. We're going to toss that one out. Now the rest of these would work fine with minor changes, like this chicken, these little teeny skinny legs. If we just round it off so it's a sitting chicken instead of a standing chicken, is going to make it way easier. Okay, so once you have decided on the fabulousness of what you want, let's see, I'm not gonna do the turtle. I'm gonna do one with 4 legs, one that's a basic circle, and let's see, I'm gonna do this one and this one. Okay, so once you've chosen your sticker, you're just gonna pick one. You're gonna divide up your paper. So your design paper is gonna end up looking like this. You're gonna have one spot for your sticker, one spot for a front view, one spot for a side view, and one spot for a back view. Okay. Now, regardless of which one you're doing, we want to look for basic shapes. I'll just do them all on the same page. We're going to look for some basic shapes to help us kind of figure out how to draw these and also to figure out how to build them, because we're going to be thinking about both of those at the same time. So a pinch pot is basically like a little bowl, and if you stick 2 of them together, you're going to have a sphere, right? Now you can squish the sphere and change the sphere into slightly different shapes once you've created that air bubble, so that we're going to use that to our advantage. Now this frog right here, for the front view, if I look at this frog, the basic shape, or shapes, think of shapes you learned in kindergarten, right? Like a circle or a square or a rectangle, stuff like that. So this one definitely looks like a circle. So if I'm drawing my frog, I'm gonna start with just drawing a circle for the front. Now it does have this little face right here. So this to me looks like it's gonna be just another little pinch pot that gets added on to the top and kind of blended in on that side. Okay, so does this look exactly like this frog right now? Absolutely not. Is that okay? Totally fine. Okay, now it does have these little eyeballs. I would say we're gonna add those to the top just like we did with like the monster mug. So just slipping and scoring clay on there, right? Now we've also got the little smile. We could probably just carve that in. And we've got these legs, the back legs, which are kind of big, and then we've got the little front legs. So I'm gonna say these front legs, we're just gonna draw those in like this. Now you can see on this side, we only see part of it, but it's basically gonna look the same as over here. And then these big legs have this big area right here because the big legs are the actiony legs. So we're gonna add on a big part over there, right? And our little feet. And then we're gonna add a little bit over here. Now I'm gonna add in the feet because I want to. So this is basically that frog. Now, like they have some more details. We could add in the other details and stuff as we need it. We could color it in, but this gives us our basic frog. So we know we're gonna need 2 pinch pots to make the circle for the body. And we'll probably need one more shallow pinch pot to kind of add in that head space, okay? Now for this one over here, this little cow guy, so this has 2 major parts, right? So it's got this kind of oval shape for the body, and then it's got this other, not quite a circle shape for the head, right? And then it's got this other little teeny little oval shape for the front. That's where the nose is gonna go. We can add on some ears. So these would be 2 pinch pots. If I divided this in half, that would be 2 pinch pots. This could be 1 or 2 pinch pots. It just kind of depends. We'll add on our little floof on the top. We'll add on our horns, add on some eyeballs. Now the legs are really important. We don't want the legs to be little teeny tiny things that are just on the base, right? See how this leg comes out from the edge, like over here, okay? We're gonna kind of beef up those legs a little bit, all right? We want those legs to be nice and beefy. That was an unintended cow joke, right? So we're gonna have nice beefy legs, okay? Now, if you have a little tail like this, think about having your tail connect back like a handle, because if you just have it hanging off into space like that, it's probably gonna break. But if you have it come out and around, that is gonna make the easiest, you know, way to do that. Okay, so now this one again is kind of similar to this one. It's got like 2 pinch pots to make a ball, 2 pinch pots to make a ball, right? This heart, we could just make solid and then hollow it out. So we've got a ball, we've got a more different ball, we've got our little ears. So those would be added on just like we did the other, you know, other things we've made in class. The arms would be little coils. We can add on the little heart and then little legs. Legs are going to be important for later. Now, like this little corgi, this one looks a little bit more complicated because it's a little bit less cartoony than the other ones, but it still has some basic shapes. So it's very similar to this one where you have like the oval, right? So we're going to start with the oval. And then we're gonna, instead of just doing a circle, we could just do a circle for this part, or we could make just a teardrop shape in general. So I'm gonna say we're gonna make an altered, like a little teardrop shape like that, okay? And now what makes it, like when we go to blend it, we're gonna add clay to blend in all those areas. We can add on our little feet. There's gonna be some leg and foot. What really makes this one cute is the little spirally tail, right? So adding in the tail and the little ruffles on the tail, that's really gonna make that one be special. We'll add on our ears, eyes, nose, right? So the main thing for these drawings, I'm not expecting perfection. I know this isn't a drawing class, but I do want you to try, and I want you to think about those basic shapes because that's gonna make it easier for us to do stuff in the long run. So for side view and back view, you have to use your knowledge of animals to figure out what's on the other side, right? And we're gonna draw it from a couple different views. So now that frog is still gonna start off with a circle, but the head is probably gonna look more like this kind of a shape. And the eyes are gonna be up there like that, right? And here's where my mouth would be. Now, these little arms right here are gonna come down in front. And this big leg from the side is gonna look more like this, okay? So the little toes right there, and then the big part of the jumpy, action-y part right there. So from the side, this one is almost a side view already. So I'm gonna say for our side view, we're actually gonna do the front view. So if we're looking at this guy from the front, he's gonna look more like this, right? Because we want to see where the legs are gonna go, right? They're gonna go on the side and they need to be pretty chunky, okay? This one from the side view, she's gonna be kind of a similar shape to look with. that we started with, but we want to make sure that she's not going to tip over. So we want to make sure that there's a spot right here that's going to be able to be kind of flat. If we roll this like this, it's going to want to roll back. Same kind of thing for this. If I don't have a heel on this frog, it's going to want to roll and tip, okay? And then we're going to add on the arms over here. And then from the side, the heart might just look like that, right? And we'll have our little ears. Okay, so we'll have our 2 feet, little nose, eyes, right? The corgi from the side, this is more of a back view. So let's do the side view on the side, and we'll do the front view for that one on the other area. So from the side, again, it's gonna be kind of we're only going to see part of the tail. We're going to see part of the leg and the foot. We're going to see a little bit more of this foot, right? Do you see where I'm going with this? Okay. So it doesn't have to be a perfect drawing. We're just kind of trying to figure out our basic shapes and where things are going to need to end up going. So our last one, the back view. So we'll start with our frog. So from the back, our frog is still going to be a circle, but then the head's probably just going to be blended in. You're going to see part of the leg, right? And that's going to be about it for the frog. So the little eyes. So that's going to be about it for the frog, right? The same thing for this one. This one's going to be pretty simple in the back. It's just going to be the circle. That you might see a little bit of foot, maybe you'll see the ears, and you'll see a little bit of the arms. Okay, the cow, so mostly we're gonna see the booty and the little tail. We're gonna see a little bit of the head, right, and a little bit of the ears, but mostly this helps with leg placement, right? And then for the corgi, we're gonna do it from the front. So the corgi, I know it says back view, but we're gonna do it from the front. So if our little corgi is like this, it's got our little ears. Oh, I put on the ears backwards. Don't put on the ears backwards. Right, and then we've got our little corgi, and then we'll be able to see the legs up front. And that's about it, right? So you want to think about in 3D, we're trying to figure out the different views for our sticker animal. All right, thanks everybody.